Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you again for being with me today. My name is Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium, and I don't always do politics these days because frankly, it's been frustrating. You and I know, we both know, it's been frustrating. Things have not been moving, right? We've been waiting and waiting. And yes, I know we're supposed to let justice take its place and take the time that it needs to take. And I also know that Spirit says, girlfriend, that's not yours to worry about, right? Spirit says, that's not your karma. That's their karma. Don't mess your karma up with their karma by getting involved in their karma. Very good lesson to learn. But I want to say this. I can't help it. I'm a human. So, wow, the last couple of days, I've been getting this energy, from Spirit, from the universe, about the political landscape. I've been getting this notification, if you will, this urging. The energy is starting to change. The energy is starting to change. Those things that I saw, Spirit helped me see 3 months ago, are now coming really to fruition. And for whatever reason, and I don't know why, and I am going to work on this, but for whatever reason, I really get my information as 6 weeks, 2 months, 3 months out. That's just the way it is. Of course, timing is very different on the other side. Timing is very quick, and I mean very quick. Nothing compared to how slow it is on this side. So what happens, how I get this information is, and I honestly don't even read or listen. I listen to no news. I spend a lot of my time doing readings. Thank you very much. And I spend a lot of time teaching. Thank you very much. We have a new animal psychic class starting this week. Kim Copeland and you can see that on my website, www.susanlynnmedium.com. And I just don't even go to Twitter, which is like my number one political place to go, because I think the minds on Twitter are so sharp. But what happens is what little bit of politics seeps through, gets to me through some weird way. It either triggers something or it doesn't. I either discard it, don't pay any attention, or the article has energy around it. Now, honestly, objects can have energy. Anything can have energy. It's basically your spirit guide saying, ding, 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 pay attention to that. So in my case, it started about 3 days ago. I was actually talking to Jen from Jen's World Tarot and saying, I'm starting to feel some political stuff happening. I'm starting to feel like I want to do a political video. Well, I didn't know this was going to happen. This is how Spirit works. It is literally 7:21 in the morning. 7:21 in the morning. And they started a couple of days ago. Then last night it sort of ramped up. And then this morning, bam, they started hitting me with stuff. And I know better. When I'm in the stream of receiving information, especially political information, which is very timely, I either do it or I miss it. I know this from experience. There is no, I'll ask them later. It's like the stream is open for you and you take advantage of it, or you just move on. So I'm going to take advantage of it. I literally got ready in like 20 minutes, as you can tell, and here I am. The first thing I want to tell you, and I wrote some notes just because, again, the stream was starting to go past me and I wasn't keeping up. The first thing I want to tell you, it's very interesting, and I think I'll put up a little picture here to give you the details, but it's been reported multiple times that Biden has spent more time outside of the White House than Trump. Now, I don't really think that's exactly true, but apparently he really has spent a lot of time outside of the White House at Camp David and at his home in Delaware. Now, of course, we're all going to say he's working from home. He's always taking the train home to Delaware. Remember, he had small children he had to take care of, especially after his wife and daughter died tragically. This is a habit of his, right? And I think the man is a creature of habit. So that's nothing new. I think you could probably look back at his long, career in Congress and say, this man has always done this. But here's the important part. Here's the new part. The new part is that when I was reading this for the third time on social media, they told me the White House is bugged. Flat out, just told me the White House is bugged. Now, we know that there's so many things they're telling me all at once right now. But so just to sort it out, if they would slow down a little bit, to sort it out, there are people that Biden can't trust in the FBI, in the CIA, in the Secret Service. We know that one of the first things he did was get rid of a whole bunch of Secret Service people that went to go work for Trump on the private side. But the truth of the matter is, I think Biden is a trustworthy guy, and I think that he takes you at his word. And if you say this place is clear, he's going to trust you. I really do think that. But guess what he's been doing? He's been meeting senators and representatives at Camp David or in Delaware, at his personal home in Delaware. Well, the reason they're telling me is those senators, those congressmen do not believe the White House is safe. They don't believe it. They will not go in there and talk turkey. So this is part of the problem. Whether or not Biden believes it's bugged or not doesn't matter. The people that he's communicating with refuse to communicate with him while he's in the White House. Now, of course, it's all public. It's not like, the former guy, remember, stopped the White House recording his visitors. Remember that? So with Biden, he's like, yeah, I'm meeting with this person in Camp David. I'm meeting with this person at my house. I mean, Biden is very public about it. It's not like these people are going completely under the wire, because I don't think Biden cares for that much. But these people are saying, you just think the White House is clear. You're wrong. You just don't know. Right? I mean, again, this is for entertainment purposes only. They're showing me, when I asked them that while I was talking to you, I was also asking them, what do they mean? How could it be bugged, right? It's not the CIA. It's not the FBI. It's not the NSA. It's Israeli intelligence. It's Russian intelligence. It's the kind of intelligence that could possibly be at or above our own level of competence, and therefore not be able to be found. Yes, they're showing me these congressmen and senators, mostly congressmen, have seen things that they think the United States has no idea about. And what I'm talking about is technology. I'm talking about level of technology. These congressmen have seen levels of technology that they think, because some of them are on the Intelligence Committee, and they think that we don't have it, that we're being way, blown out of the water in the technology department. And not to freak people out, but I'm just going to tell you that some of this technology could be from another dimension, at least inspired by. It's as if they got a black box. Let's say the black box that comes in an airplane, right? When the airplane crashes, and in this case, we'll just say it's a UFO, and they have to backwards, what is that? When they backwards engineer it to figure out how it was made. These countries are further ahead than we are. I don't mean to go down this, but when I'm hooked into the energy, I'm hooked into the energy. This is the energy I'm hooked into right now. Because America gave those secrets. This is exactly what they're saying. America gave those secrets to private companies, and the private companies are using it for profit, right? They don't care so much about the spy game unless it's profitable. And these countries that, Israel is they're going to care about what's going to benefit their country. Russia's going to care about what's going to benefit their country. Even Germany. They're going to take that data, that information, that technology, and they're going to use it for their country. America gives it away or sells it. We all know, basically gives it away to the private sector. So that's why. That's why we're on the off foot. We're not standing in our power. We're sort of caught off. So sorry to have to go down that crazy pathway, but that's where they took me. The next thing I wanted to tell you, when I stop, you know they're talking to me. I don't know. I could do a whole nother video. I feel like people are going to be saying, but wait, we want to know more about that. I'll do a whole nother video on that. I just want to move on. I think. Yeah, I want to move on. So the next thing I want to say, because I don't want this to be a long video. It's 7:29 in the morning now, and I've only had 1 cup of coffee. No breakfast, and my dogs haven't been for a walk. So I put this first over everything else that normally happens in the morning. I want to talk about, if you watched any of my other political videos, which most of you watch my political videos and not my spiritual videos, which I get it. I do want to say, y'all are going to be coming to me in about 2 years going, I wish I had watched all those spiritual videos, because my screen just blinked. You're going to be coming to me in 2 years going, I wish I had paid more attention, because the veil's thinning and y'all are going to have to know some things. So I'm just saying that. If you're not interested, you need to be a little interested, because it's going to help you in the future. Now, moving on. The Rolling Stone article. Maybe some of you guys have read it. Maybe you haven't. Go read it. There's no paywall. You can read the Rolling Stone article on January 6th. Everybody's talking about it. I finally read half of the article this morning when my guides were pelting me with information, and I decided I don't have time for this. I need to do this video. The thing that I want to talk about is not the article. There's good stuff in the article. But I want to talk about this. The spirit guides said in my last 3 videos over the last 3-4 months. You guys are probably sick of seeing this, but remember the pot. Remember Biden keeping his hand on the lid of the pot. The pot is boiling over. It's popping. It's boiling. Biden is trying to keep the lid down. Why? Because Biden prefers to do things without a bunch of mess. He doesn't want the pot boil over. He wants to fix the problem. He wants to keep people working. He wants to give people vaccines. He wants to get kids back to school. He wants to give people child care. He wants the country to move forward, despite the fact that there's all of this craziness going on below the surface. Okay? Because if that craziness in his mind, probably right, if that craziness beneath the surface gets out and erupts, if the pot blows off the lid, it's going to mess up the stock market. And we all know the stock market, for whether we care or not, whether we want it to be or not, the stock market seems to be the yardstick by which the whole country is gauged, right? Gas prices in the stock market. So if the stock market crashes because they feel like a bunch of congressmen and senators are going to go to jail, and now the country's unstable, the stock market's going to crash. And that's what Biden's trying to keep from happening. He's just trying to, again, the same picture they've shown me time and again. You know, the country, sometimes they call it the economy. Again, sometimes those things are interchangeable. I know they're not, but for the majority of the country, they are. Is a truck or a bus on a mountain road, one lane, a crumbling cliff on one side, and the thing is just going, hairpin turns, and the brakes are out on the bus, and he has to basically bring the bus all the way down to flat ground without crashing and burning. And that's what he's doing. It's basically out of control, and he's trying to get it in control gently and slowly. Okay? Now, if the economy thing happens, the bus plummets off the cliff, and maybe or maybe not, it goes too far, causes some real problems. Maybe it gets hung up in a tree and it's retrievable. I don't know. But Biden doesn't want any of that. He just wants to slowly white knuckle this sucker, and that's what he's trying to do. So the thing about it is that the guide said that journalists would be the ones to force Biden's hand, that these investigative journalists would release, find out, expose all these problems that are under the lid of the pot that Biden is trying to keep the lid on. Here we are. I've already talked about it. Pandora Papers, all of these exposés have already started. And now here we have Rolling Stone with very credible, courtroom credible information about the people in Congress that organized, hosted, supported January 6th. So those people are now in the hot seat. And what I got from that, from my guides this morning, a couple of things. One of the things they told me was that these protesters, I'm talking about slow, they're just giving me so much information. These protesters that were January 6th, that are now having to do these 5-month jail terms. I mean, to us, like to me, I'm like, that's all you get for breaking into the Capitol? But to them, 5 months in jail is a big freaking thing. A big thing. A big thing. So they're mad. And if they got to pay, somebody else is going to have to pay too. So you better believe that these people are going to come forward, as is supported by this person, these people talking to the Rolling Stone, saying we were promised a blanket pardon. And you remember Trump left those people out to hang. Well, guess what? They're going to go back for these congressmen. They're going to go back to their organizer, who's going to lead to the next person, who's going to lead to these congressmen. Believe me, these people want blood. They are, politics is one thing, right? Being passionate about politics is one thing, but having a record, having a jail record, a prison record on your record, looking like a patsy, an idiot in your community, no, that's not going to fly. They don't love Donald Trump that much. There may be, 5%, 10% of them, but the rest of them, no, they're not going to do this. They're going to flip. And they're going to get together. This is what they're telling me right now. Some of those people are going to band together and they're going to compare their stories and they're going to go after these people because they were betrayed. And when you're betrayed, you want justice your own self. And you don't even care anymore. It's not about Biden. It's not about politics anymore. It's about this guy duping you. And you're going to want justice. And they are going to want justice. So guess what? All these people, it's just the net. It's just like the guides said 3, 4, 5 political videos ago. The net. It's all these people are being just rounded up in this net. Well, the net is closing. It really is. There's energy is moving. The energy is finally moving, which I think a lot of us saw things happening in December. So this is lining up pretty well, right? So they've put pressure on these people. These people are doing jail time, real prison time, 5, 6, 8 months. Pooping in the corner with your friends. They're going to come out singing a different story. They're going to come out wanting somebody to pay for their discomfort, for the things they had to pay for. They thought they were covered, right? So I want to talk about Bannon. Right. I want to talk about Bannon because I'm just looking forward to the day when I don't have to say his name or look at his face or see his face. This is really interesting. Now, you have these people that were in Jan 6, these people that were, I hope I come back to this, but I hope I do another video on this. These people that are in Jan 6 are this guy, I don't remember his name. I hope I'll put it up here. He did a video, very quick video about who these people were. They actually did the demographics about who these people were, Jan 6. CEOs, business owners, 98% white, like 90% male. Did I say CEOs and business owners? One State Department dude? Doctors? I already know. The police officers? So what? So, these people are people that have careers, have families, have money. So, Bannon, on the other hand, whole different thing. Bannon is a disruptor. Barr is a disruptor. They don't want America to look like America, the way America looks right now. I honestly think this is super controversial, what I'm about to say. For entertainment purposes only. Telling you guys that they just started binging me all from yesterday all the way through today. Should have done the video yesterday. This is super controversial, but I'm just going to tell you this because I do this for a living. I give people readings for a living. And for a living, I have to tell you what Spirit says. My job is to be a vessel. That is my only job, is to be a clear, clean vessel for information. That's what I do for a living. So what they told me was when it comes to Barr and Bannon, they literally want, well, I've said this before, but this is a little bit more controversial way of putting it. They want the whole royalty system where you have this ruling royalty, then you have this sort of, noble class, and then maybe you have a professional class, and then you have serfs. You have people that are servants. But yesterday they told me slavery. They literally want slavery to come back for entertainment purposes only. Another thing these guys figured out, this one guy who did all this scientific demographics about the people who were the January 6th protesters, racist. The Great Replacement. All of these people believed in the Great Replacement, which means the white people are going to be replaced. Men are already been, it started with men. White men being replaced by women, had affirmative action. And we had civil rights, we had all those things, white men getting replaced, poor babies. My God. World's tiniest violin. Don't even get me started. But anyway, so here we have Bannon and Barr. And I don't know how Barr just came into this because I wanted to talk about Bannon, but Barr keeps coming in. We'll see where that goes. But for Bannon, here's the thing. I asked because y'all know, I know I'm supposed to be, when I do readings, I'm not human, right? I mean, I'm just a vessel. But the rest of the time, I'm a human. I'm a freaking human, and I get upset about the slow pace of justice, and I really want to see someone in handcuffs. The bottom line is I want to see someone in handcuffs so bad. So, and it's just like when I kept asking Spirit when DT was going to cross over, and finally they said, why do you keep asking us that question? Because I really want to know. Anyway, Bannon handcuffs, I asked. Okay, so Bannon is in contempt. That's why I'm asking. I have a reason. I have a good reason, I think. Bannon is in contempt of Congress. He's been, run up the flagpole. Supposedly, the DOJ is going to really pick this up and charge him with a criminal charge, right? I mean, he's in contempt. He should be charged. However, here's the problem. And I think this is an interesting thing to talk about for a minute because I have been hard on Biden. I a lot of times I just feel like I want justice and I want somebody to really just stand up for America and stand up for our laws, and I feel like sometimes he's a little too cautious. Okay, so now I am pro-Biden, don't get me wrong. I actually think he's divinely guided. I think he is the president. He is the president we're supposed to have. So I'm flat out telling you, he's doing the right thing. I'm being impatient and judgmental and all those other things, right? I get it. But to Biden's credit, what they told me about Bannon is that when I asked them, going to be charged, handcuffs, no. I'm like, No. What are you talking about? Right? So this is when I turned into the teenager with my spirit guides. Well, so then they went on to say, Bannon wants, gleefully, the word gleeful, wants to be in handcuffs. He wants it. Because that is going to get him what? More money, more donations. Donations will flow in. A tsunami of donations will flow in. Number 2, he's a martyr. He's been taken down by Biden. Everybody needs to stand up. Look what my fist just did. Everybody needs to stand up. Activate. Activate. That's the activation. They took down one of our leaders. Now it's on. That's why Bannon wants to be in handcuffs. So Biden has a problem, doesn't he? If the DOJ doesn't charge and handcuff and take Bannon seriously, 3/4 of America is going to be mad. For sure, his supporters are going to be mad. Democrats are going to be mad. And maybe this will, in some way, also, give that segment those. I don't even want to say the words these days. I'm telling you, they're trolling YouTube big time right now. But those groups that have boys in their names, maybe they'll be more. God, when I'm connected to spirit, I don't have access to my regular words. They'll be emboldened. They'll be emboldened. But nothing like being stirred to fight. That's different. So Biden's got as we know, he's got big problems that none of us know about, that we're not privy to. He's dealing with things that we're just not privy to. So this is what his problem is. So what they're showing me is, one option is to not put him in handcuffs, just put him in the car. It doesn't matter. They just showed me the mugshot. It doesn't matter. This is the problem. Okay, so they don't use handcuffs, but they book him. Same thing. All they need is a picture. What they're showing me is they just need a picture of Biden like this or in a mugshot, and that is the rallying call. That is the trigger. Now, they're telling me some of these things have been moving so slowly. This is breaking news. Some of these things have been moving so slowly because they've been trying to get people in place. They've been getting their people in place. You can't introduce a spy in the camp in 2 weeks and expect to get trust and expect to get access. That spy needs to be in that camp for 6 months, right? Well, it's been about, 7, 8, 9 months since Jan 6. These people now, and they didn't put them in place on February 1st. They needed to find, this stuff takes time. So we needed to get our guys and girls in position within the groups, or in position in, they're even telling me that there are, I shouldn't even say this on YouTube because I don't want to tip anybody off. Anyway, I'm not even going to say that. But yeah, I'm not saying that. But let's just say that people need to be in place. Okay. So I'm going to cut to the chase here, and I'm going to go in and ask, what are they going to do? What is Biden going to do? What is the DOJ going to do? SDNY just popped up. I don't know why. I don't know. Is this an SDNY thing and not a DOJ? I don't know. I don't watch the news. I'm just telling you straight what I get from Spirit. SDNY just popped in. what they would like to do. Let me tell you what they would like to do. This is not a surprise to the people in the know, so I can tell you. They would like to get him on tax evasion. That's what they would like to do. They had planned on getting, the IRS is probably the only other entity that can take you down, and I think really they could take you down faster and harder than the justice system. So they were trying to get him with the IRS, and they're still going to do it, but the timing got off. Again, what did I tell you guys? If Biden didn't act fast enough, the journalists were going to expose these people and force Biden's hand. That's what they've been saying for months. Here we are. Biden's hand is being forced. He was trying to get this done through the IRS because everybody hates the IRS. So it's not like, it's not specifically Biden. You know what I mean? These groups would be rallying against IRS, which everybody hates anyway. So it would be a safer path, right? It would give, what they're telling me is it would give Biden more time to get this stuff done. He just needs a lot of time, y'all. He doesn't have it. I'm going to tell you right now, he doesn't have it. His hand is being forced. But he does need 6 more months, 8 more months. He needs at least 6 more months. 6 more months, boom. All of his traps would spring, and it would be clean and clear, and the country would be on better footing, right? We would be on better footing. And that is important to him. 3 more months, the economy is going to be really good. The gas prices are going to drop back down in January. Things are just going to be more normal back down in January and February. The shipping, everything is going to be better. So if he could have just waited till March or June, kids would have been back at school. They'd be vaccinated. I'm telling you, everything would be better. But here we are. The journalists are forcing his hand, just like Spirit said. So now that the journalists are forcing his hand, what is he going to do? That's the question. The question is, what is he going to do? He's going to try to sidestep it. He's still going to try to sidestep the criminal charge. Oh, that's going to drive everybody crazy. God, it might drive me crazy, even though I just learned a bunch of things that should change how I think about it. Let me back off of Biden's energy. Let me go to Bannon's energy. Let me see what Bannon is doing. Golly, y'all, I hope this doesn't make you mad. I did write down that he was going to be charged. Right, that's something they could do. Right. So Biden's goal is to push this back, right? Again, he's trying to walk the line between the left and the right. He's going to try to push it back. If he charges Bannon, first of all, the Justice Matters guy, I swear I can't remember anybody's names, said that there's precedent that this needs to happen in 8 days. But yeah, there's precedent that this needs to happen in 8 days. But I can just tell you Biden wants to push it back. Somebody doesn't want to push it back. I think Kamala does not want to push it back. I think Kamala is like, we need to go after these people. There's a little bit of a disagreement there. I do think that there's a little bit of just a little bit of tension between Biden and Kamala Harris right now, because she's a prosecutor. She wants to prosecute. She doesn't truck this stuff. She just doesn't put up with this. The crimes. They're crimes. I can hear her saying these are crimes. The American people deserve justice. And Biden is like, I'm pulling 7,000 levers at the same time. And all of the levers have to be just so. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Biden is looking at such big picture that he may lose what's in front of him. He may really make a mistake because he's losing what's right here. So if Bannon gets charged and Bannon goes to jail, even just to be charged, even just to be booked in, it's going to be from like SDNY or some other entity that can do it. I don't see it happening from the DOJ. I may be wrong. I can just tell you that Biden doesn't want this. Biden is the kind of guy that's like, okay, we got you dead to rights. Sit down and start being a partner with us. You start, working with us. Give us information. Bannon's never going to do that. Bannon would, I swear to y'all, he'd rather sit in jail. The longer he sits in jail, the more of a martyr he is. The more he rallies his people. This is a lose-lose situation. I don't know if Biden understands this, but Bannon is for real serious. He's for real serious. This is a real, like he has made potentialities. Like if this happens, this happens, this happens. Like I'm okay with this, this, or this. Jail is one of those things he's okay with. We've all seen that you can run an organization out of a jail. Look at the cartels. He can run his organization out of the jail. No problem. And he wants, they're telling me Tinder. Tinder like starts a fire. You know what I mean? Like Tinder is what helps easily start a fire. That's what he wants. This is the Tinder. This is going to start the fire. Yeah, I wrote that he will call for violence. They're looking for a trigger for violence. That's exactly what I wrote. So you see Biden's problem. You see Biden's problem. It's a big problem. And now he's got some some issues with his inner circle as well, as far as his support for this. They're showing me Hillary Clinton again. I wouldn't say that Kamala Harris is a Hillary Clinton in the sense that I think you just don't mess with Hillary Clinton. I think Hillary Clinton would have been faster to deal with this in a much more heavy-handed way. But I would say that Kamala Harris is certainly more like Hillary than Biden. Okay? They've been telling me about Hillary Clinton. They've been talking about Hillary Clinton a lot. Like her energy's big. She's involved. Her energy is big. Like when she first popped into my brain, it was like, boom, there's Hillary. Like, whoa, okay, why? What's happening? Why are you here? And she was just here, like this dominating energy. And she's a little gleeful too, to be honest with you. What did I just see? I just saw, slow down. I saw Cheney. I saw Liz Cheney. And then I saw Meghan McCain. Okay. Bookmark that. Just bookmark that. I don't know what those three women have in common other than, I just heard they hate each other. I don't know what they have in common other than they hate each other. Thanks. Okay. Hillary's not done. Hillary is not done, y'all. If y'all think she's done, you're wrong. She's not done. She's not done. And I don't know, was Hillary ever a prosecutor? She wasn't ever, she's an attorney. Was she ever a prosecutor? Yes. Could she become a prosecutor in New York? I don't understand that. Could she run for attorney general? Watch that space, y'all, because she wants to be a prosecutor. even if it's next year, even if it's 2 years from now, because these people will still be prosecuted. She wants to prosecute them. That's if Biden said, Hillary, you've been done wrong. I'm so sorry about that, but what can I help you with? You know, if you're ready to retire, great. But if not, what can I help you with? I want to be a prosecutor in New York. That's what she wants for Christmas, y'all. Wow, this is some stuff, isn't it? And I was going to ask you guys questions for politics, and then all of a sudden, boom. So what do I have to tell you guys? If it's 39 minutes long and you're still watching, I want to tell you this. My hits are in the future. They're not next week. They're not next month. Sometimes they're 2 months away. What is that? December. December, you guys. The hammer's coming down in December. If they can charge Bannon and then throw it out to a grand jury or impanel a grand jury, that could take 2 months. That's what Biden wants. Biden just wants to buy time. If he can't wait until June or July, December is the hit month, y'all. That's when we all get our Christmas. And I keep staring at this in the video behind me. I know I'm supposed to be above this. But I'm going to tell y'all, I'm human. I am a human, 100%. Sometimes I become a vessel, but mostly I'm human. And I want justice. I want justice for our country. And with that, I'll just say also that let's just say, okay, I want to say this. What do I want to say? All right. They just took my human thoughts right out and said, you're not saying that. They really did. They really did. Okay. Because it doesn't matter. Really, when I'm talking to you guys, 4,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 or how many people see this thing, and welcome to all you new viewers and subscribers they told me that are going to be looking at this. It really doesn't matter what Susan thinks. It doesn't. Susan's not even here. I popped in for a minute because I got all justicey. But what I've been doing is being a vessel, and that's what you guys really need to hear is what Spirit needs to tell you, because that is the highest information. That is the highest, most, prescient. It's just the information from above. They have the bigger picture. So what they want to tell you is to have hope. To have hope. This is a weird thing they're going to tell you, but this is true. On Jan 6th, I was actually walking in a park with my dog, and my part-time dog, my ex's dog. And that was the most special place to me. In my area, it's one of my sacred places that I go to. It makes me feel good. It brings my blood pressure down. That's what I was doing. On the day, on the time, my friend Cindy called me and said, they're tearing the country down. They're breaking into the I didn't even know what to believe. I didn't want to stop what I was. This is the message. I didn't want to. I said, oh my God, I can't believe it. I hung up. Now, this is the message. Did I grab my dogs and go back and run back to my house and sit in front of the TV? No, I didn't. I walked in the park. I continued communing with nature, feeling nature. I was worried, of course, and honestly, at the time, I had no idea how bad it was. But I didn't rush off to learn how bad it was. I took care of me. And then I went home and spent the next 14 hours in front of the TV. But anyway, where it depends, because I couldn't leave the TV. But the message to you is this. As we go through the bumps, and there are going to be bumps, you guys, bad things are going to happen. Violence is going to happen. Go all the way back, I don't know, to last year. You're going to see me say, me and I mean them, coming out of my mouth, that America could go through, and now we are going to go through a period of time that is very similar to the IRA in Northern Ireland. The IRA, look it up. If you're not familiar with it, look up the IRA. Basically, they were terrorists that wanted it to be independent, that blew up. They killed people, y'all. They did. They blew up buses. They blew up it was terrible. And what's interesting is I had a fascination with that to a degree back then. Not like I, kept articles or put pictures, but I kind of kept up with it a little bit, right? I was aware of it. And that's because my psyche knew we were going to be going through this. And I have confirmation of this from a high-level security person that I did a reading for. So I know it's in our energy. I know these crazy people that the B guy is going to incite are going to do things. I'm sorry. I want to cry right now. I want to cry because we're going to go through some things, and it's going to be perpetrated by our own people. And that is incredibly sad. It's incredibly sad for me, who all of my brothers, my dad, my uncle, his father, grandfather, we're all in the military. And for us to perpetrate things on our own soil is just, it's astounding to me. It's probably, it's terrible. And they're just showing me, again, Timothy McVeigh. They're showing me Timothy McVeigh. See, that's a name I would never remember, but they're giving it to me. So my message to you is this. This is an important message. You have to live your life despite whatever happens. Babies are born. Jobs are received. Degrees are received. Successes are had. Vacations will happen. Parties, weddings, anniversaries, birthdays. All these things are still going to happen. So their message is, Americans are strong. We're going to get through this. It might be tough. It might be hard. It might be heartbreaking. It might be dividing. It might divide your family. It might divide your city. But we're going to get through it. We are going to get through it. Period. So, in the middle of it, you might as well take care of yourself, enjoy these holidays, enjoy the fun times, live life to the fullest. So when you get on the other side of it, you're still a whole person. You're not depressed, you're not angry, you're not sick. All that stuff is poison. It's going to make us sick. So yes, say prayers. Yes, vote, organize, donate, get out of your house, get off your couch, get busy in your local politics, because that's where all this stuff is going down, is locally. We're not going to have another Jan 6. We're going to have an April 5th and a June 19th and a whatever and a whatever and whatever. And I think June 19th is a really important holiday. I think it is. That's unfortunate. But we have to know that everything is going to be okay in the end. That despite our trials, despite these people trying to cause mayhem and wreak havoc, you're still going to get the grandbaby. You're still going to have the baby. You're still going to have the birthday and the anniversary and the amazing vacation. 99.9% of us are going to experience life as normal. It's going to be little pockets of things that are going to be horrible. Don't focus on it. Work against it. Vote, organize, donate. And then live your life. Live it, live it, live it to the fullest. That's what Spirit wants to say to you. Yes, these things are going to happen. Yes, they're going to be shocking. Yes, it's terrible. Yes, it's sad. But they're lessons for America. What is your lesson? What is my lesson as humans on this planet, in this country, at this time? Our lesson is to love each other. Love each other. If one of these people, they mentioned this earlier, right? They mentioned this earlier. So I'm going to end it with this. The IRA, how did the IRA go down? How did that whole period end? Go look it up. Go look it up. It went on for decades. Go look up how it ended. The main leader of the IRA was actually working with the British government. And when he was found out, the whole thing crumpled. So now there's peace there, right? We're going to get through this. We really are. But it's going to be dicey. You guys, it's going to be a little bit dicey. So take good care of yourselves. That's the main thing. We need you to be healthy and happy on the other side of this. Right? So take care of yourself. This stuff is like poison. And we've been living in it. We've been sitting in sewage for 4 years with DT. And that sewage, we've been consuming it, watching it, hearing it, living in it, sitting in it. So now we need to release it. Release it. You can consume it. Consume this video. Release it. Don't hold it in here. It's poison. Listen to this video and decide, I'm going to go send $25 to this guy, this woman. I'm going to send $25 to this campaign right now. I'm going to make some phone calls for this campaign right now. Act. Turn this video into action. It's going to make you feel better. And it's going to help the situation. And then, once you do your action, you've done what you need to do, and release it. Let it go. Let it go. Don't hold on to it. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. Much love to all of you. Truly, my heart. We're going to get through this, you guys. The best thing is that things are moving. It is going to be a catalyst. It is going to light the tinder. Yes, that's all true. But I don't care. I say that. I'm not going to say that because I can see things you guys can't. I'm going to say I do care. But I'm going to say that I'm also on the side of Kamala Harris and Hilary Clinton. And I know Biden too. We need justice. And there is going to be justice. It's coming. December, but it's coming. It's coming. The net. It's coming together, you guys. Much love to you guys. Please subscribe. I realize that I watch a lot of videos on YouTube and I never subscribe to them. And it's because they just pop up in my feed and I don't think about it. But if you don't subscribe, it's not really always going to pop up in your feed. I'm sure if you thought right now, I've been missing this video. Where did that person go? How come they're not in my feed anymore? Because YouTube only gives you a certain number of tries to subscribe, and then the video just disappears off your feed, and you forget about that person. So if that's happened, that's what's happened. So please subscribe. It's free. It really helps me out, so I appreciate it. Like the video. That also helps me out. YouTube thinks you like the video if you like the video. So that's good. Many blessings to you. Many, many blessings. I see so much good in all of your lives. I see it. All you have to do is see it too. Okay? Look for it. Look for the good. Celebrate the good. Okay? You guys take care. We'll talk soon. For entertainment purposes only.